When it comes to updating the local business data providers, you can definitely do it yourself. But there are also citation submission services that you can pay to do it for you. So what exactly is a citation submission service? We'll get to that in a minute, but first, remember that a citation is an online mention of your business that typically includes your business name, address, and phone number. In other words, your NAP. You'll also remember from the previous lesson that nearly all online business directories syndicate local business data from one or more of the major data providers. To make sure your business information is correct, you need to update each of the data providers yourself. They, in turn, will syndicate your correct information to all the search engines and business directories who use their data. In theory, however, a paid citation submission service can do all that work for you. You give your correct business information to the submission service. They then send it to the local business data providers, who in turn pass it along to the various search engines and business directories who use their data. As an added bonus, these citation services also typically submit your business information directly to dozens of search engines and business sites. These citation submission services sound like the perfect answer, but before we get too excited, we need a bit of a reality check. It may seem obvious, but citation submission services cost money. Some services charge anywhere from $2 to $5 per citation for each business location. This a la carte style pricing sounds inexpensive at first, but can quickly add up as you start adding on more sites or locations. Other services charge an ongoing annual fee that can range anywhere from $84 to $1,000 per location. Why such a wide price range? Well, every one of the citation submission providers offers services well beyond just submitting your information to the local data providers. As you go up in price, they add in more sites that they'll directly manage for you, monitoring and reporting tools, enhanced listings beyond basic NAP information, and even SEO-optimized web pages. It's also important to note that not all citation submission services submit to all the local business data providers. For example, Yext currently submits to Factual, but not Localese, Infogroup, or Axiom. If you consider a citation submission service, make sure you ask what data providers it actually supports. Updates to local listings can take a long time, especially when using a citation submission service. When you submit your data to a service, that service first must validate your information, and that takes time. They then pass information to the data providers on a certain update schedule. That also takes time. The data providers in turn pass your information to the specific search engine or directory, each on their own update schedule. And finally, each search engine or directory has its own publication schedule. All of this means it could take weeks or even months after you give your information to a submission service before those changes ever make their way through the entire system. Using a citation submission service does help eliminate errors that may come from manually entering information into the data providers in key business listings. But it's not perfect. Submission services, especially the automated ones, may not catch duplicate listings. They may also not correct certain inconsistencies in your listings. And they also may not fully optimize your listing with extras like photos, videos, mission statements, and other business information that you might want. Even though submission services can cut down on the work you have to do, you'll still need to do some things yourself. For example, you still need to actually pull together and submit your business information to the citation service. You may also need to claim your listing on key search engines and directories. Some of these require verification that you own or represent the business in order to claim and update your business listing on their site. And finally, you'll still want to validate that the information you gave to a submission service actually makes it through the system and to the key search engines and business directories. Remember, this process could take weeks or even months to complete, so check back often. One final question to ask any citation service is what happens when you cancel. Some services, like Yext, actually take temporary ownership of your listings. They put a lock on your listing so they can't be updated through a search engine or directory's automated processes. This is actually a good thing. And contrary to some rumors, if you cancel your contract with a submission service, they won't delete your listing. They will, however, remove their lock on your listing. Again, nothing nefarious. They're simply removing their ownership claim to your listing and putting it back, in essence, to an unclaimed status, where it might be updated by the search engine or directory's automated processes again. If you use a service that does lock your listings like this, just be aware that you might need to go back and claim and update your listings manually after you cancel. If you do decide to use a citation submission service, here are some of the more popular ones. BrightLocal and WhiteSpark focus more on a la carte pricing and manual listing updates. Moz Local and Yext rely on more automated updating processes and are priced as an ongoing service. You'll also see that Yext powers a lot of other submission services, including Yahoo, and UBL and Local Site Submit have recently announced that they are merging. So should you use a paid citation submission service? Well, it really depends upon what you want. Doing it yourself gives you the most control and accuracy, but also takes the most time and effort. Citation services can be a big time saver, but they're not perfect and do require an investment. But at least now you know what questions to ask as you decide which way is best for you.